A crime is legal for 1 hour, what would you do? Steal a lot of pizza and hoard it all in my house, and when the sanctioned crime ends and everyone is hungry and wants pizza, I will sell it at an enormous profit. Rob a pharmacy and sell it all to old rich people and college students. Probably just sit in my house with my husband's rifle and all the doors, windows shut and locked. No thank you, some people are monsters. I'd pull off the most heinous of crimes and jaywalk at 3:13 a.m. in front of a cop car. That, or take acid and run around in the streets. Steal a Nintendo Switch that comes with a Pro controller and a copy of Smash Brothers Ultimate. I'd go to Sephora and steal a shit ton of makeup and skincare because I'm way too broke to actually buy it. Start a fire at my high school after making sure no one is in there. Sit on my doorstep with a rifle and a few hundred rounds in case anyone decides to commit a violent offense. Some prick thinks he's going to get lucky with a kid or burn down his neighbor's house with the dog inside. Think again. Steal nice clothes and give them to the homeless, so they can look nice for job interviews. Steal as many clean energy products, namely solar home equipment and electric cars, as I can. I would take care of my home and family first and then sell the rest. I would get years of savings not having to pay our shitty power company or dropping massive amounts on gas, the money from selling all of the leftover equipment, and be reducing my carbon footprint dramatically. I very occasionally earn money for bug bounties. I'm not that good, so the stuff I find is kinda obvious. It doesn't happen very often. I'd kinda love to actually exploit a security hole I find. It's too tempting to cause some damage instead of reporting it, but doing so is illegal. Just once though, I want to see what it feels like to actually not do the right thing. Smoke even more weed. Actually probably stock up, although with the demand rising because of legalized crimes I'd imagine it'd be way more expensive. But hey. Depends, is any crime I commit within that hour excusable forever, or will I have to start dealing with the negative repercussions after that hour is over? For example, if I were to hypothetically rob a bank, would I get to keep the money I stole, or would the police come after me once my hour is over? Damn, Mo, enough time to get back to old roommate and murder the shit out of her. She encouraged me to commit suicide for 2 weeks, after knowing I was having a very bad reaction to a med and already suicidal. She also beat my dog, which is the only reason I didn't jump a bridge. Steal a plane ticket to the state that my sister lives in, and live out life, because I miss her. Shouldn't take too long to steal the plane ticket. The rest of the hour I'd probably be going through airport stuff. Late to the party, but right before I saw this question, we just had a disaster that resulted to lack of electricity and worsened ratio of public servants to masses. I wonder how the dirty minds took advantage of the situation. Plus, it's also the election season. I break into Tiffany's at midnight. Do I go for the vault? No, I go for the chandelier. It's priceless. As I'm taking it down, the woman catches me. She tells me to stop. It's her father's business. She's Tiffany. I say no. We make love all night. In the morning, the cops come and I escape in one of their uniforms. I tell her to meet me in Mexico, but I go to Canada. I don't trust her. Besides, I like the cold. 30 years later, I get a postcard. I have a son and he's the chief of police. This is where the story gets interesting. I tell Tiffany to meet me in Paris by the Trocadero. She's been waiting for me all these years. She's never taken another lover. I don't care. I don't show up. I go to Berlin. That's where I stashed the chandelier. buy as much Sudafed as they have without having to register it or seeing my name. Sudafed is an absolute pitter to buy, and it's rationed in normal times. I have no desire to use it for any nefarious purpose, it's just when cold and flu season comes around Sudafed works great, but one box isn't always enough. Now I'll be ready. They don't expire for a couple years, so it'll be alright. Prior to this, I would stock up on weapons and ammunition, locate my target and find his daily routine. I would break into Mr. Beast's house and take all of his infinite wealth without anyone knowing. Me and my team will be in and out in less than an hour, and we will never be convicted of a crime if we are caught. However, we will inevitably discover that Mr. Beast spent all of his infinite wealth on whatever his friends could buy in that 1 hour. My crime basically useless. Either take a pre-made women's bicycle, air pump, and extra tires without paying in a store, or practice driving on the highway since last time. I had some driving training but never got to the highway. Still don't have my license yet, but I did pretty good with most of the training. My muscle memory of what I learned should kick in. My taxes. Right, the answer is to get as much from the tax return as possible. Become a single mother living in a poor neighborhood with 14 infants, 7 dogs, 23 cats, a fish, and a partridge in a pear tree. At least that's how I imagine they'd go, but I'm little more than a Gen Z kid in high school that doesn't have to worry about taxes yet. Fake my death. Same me, different name, number and face. Insert myself back into my old life as someone new and run many interesting social experiments within my friend, family, work group. I think I'll name myself Keith. I could pull off a good Keith. Edit, this will get buried, but if this idea becomes a movie, I want my cut, damn it. I need money pretty desperately, so my first thought was bank robbery, but a lot of other people are going to have the same idea. Probably not going to go over very well. So, hunt down people who have already robbed banks, kill them, and take the money for myself. They're already going to have exhausted the preparations getting the money, and they may be injured from the heist, so they'll be easy prey. It's like the Hunger Games, you don't go after the cornucopia, you go after the people that already fought through it and escaped. Get in my driver's license. I'll just bribe the instructor into passing me if I fail. I reversed parked once and all my friends with the DL say they drive for 3 minutes. Pull into a parking lot and reverse park and go back, but my mom isn't gonna pay $1,000 on driver's ed. I have a twin, so we're stuck in a limbo of no DL and minimum experience course with a twin in the car. I can't just go, hey mom, how about I drive home from practice today? I would kill my old best friend. When I was around 12 to 13, he hit puberty and one day snapped and hated me. About halfway through the school year he started with verbal abuse, then about half a month later it turned physical. At the end of the year I got suspended because I was always fascinated with guns and liked to draw Star Wars type guns in my notebook and left it at school. He found it and told the teacher I was going to shoot up the school, and about 3 days later I got suspended. Then I transferred to a public school and just got on with my life. 3 years later I still would never forgive him to this day or ever. I'm robbing a bank. No deaths needed because I imagine a hold-up is unnecessary if the crime is legal. Then I could get off disability, pay our mortgage off, redistribute the remaining 98% to people who need it to survive, and live happily ever after on the 1% I kept. And to anyone who says it can't be done, just offer the teller a nice cut and you should be fine. I dunno about you, but my bank tellers all know me well. They trust me to hand over however much I say I will. No need for security to get involved. If only it'd know about it, then it'd go to my bicycle shop that sold me an overpriced shitty bike and lied to me, and also manipulated review scores and steal 2 really expensive bikes plus a good lock. It then proceed to sell one of the expensive bikes to a much better used bike store for a low price and buy a nice used mountain bike.